An icy breeze rippled over my skin as the howl of winter whipped the holiday lights through the Stephansplatz. The nightly festival glittered in the darkness, the lights decorating the wooden huts, Christmas trees, and shops. Music danced on my nerves like fat, bitter sugar plums. The scents of roasting nuts, gingerbread, and mulled wine filled my nose while people laughed and sang in cheerful cadence. It was sandpaper to my skin. Their joy and lightness felt like barbed wire to my soul. Burrowing my head against the frosty night, still suffering from the extensive drugs from the night before, I turned down a dark alley, steering away from the festivities and weaving closer to my destination. Glancing over my shoulder, I used my senses to pick up any followers, anyone with nefarious notions. To say I've made friends in the last 11 months would be far from the truth. I had created more enemies, even of my friends. It was something the old Ash wouldn't have done, but I wasn't that person anymore. He died almost a year ago, and left nothing but hate, vengeance, and rage within these bones I carried. It was why I hadn't been in Budapest in over 3 months. I got sick of the looks, the interventions, the judgment, being told I wasn't being myself. There was no self to be. So, I left. While all of them wanted to focus on the future, I was locked on the past, unable to move on, not understanding how they all seemed to want to forget so easily. I breathed vengeance and dreamed about death. Tree fairies were known to be even-tempered and serene, though I had never been a typical one. But even with my composed personality, I could be broken. Weaving through the streets of Vienna, the influence and protection of Austria being under the umbrella of the unified nations was seen everywhere. The maintenance of roads, the advanced electricity system keeping this place glowing even in the darkest of nights. No mass destitution, no crumbling buildings. Not that there wasn't a social divide between Fae and human, nor was it even close to perfect, but it was a world away from the decay and poverty of the East, which was only 2 hours by train. Checking over my shoulder again, I tugged my hood higher up, making sure my dark blonde hair was covered. A couple of people strolled hand in hand down the lane, and a group of college kids laughed and stumbled down the street, singing like drunken fools, oblivious to real life and real problems. Heading for the buttery light burning inside the pub, I noted the words beer saloon written out in English on the side of the building. I stepped into the holiday-decorated pub designed with arched white stone ceilings, barrel tables, random beer signage, and dark wood decor. It gave off a distinctive German but wannabe American cowboy vibe, a place to relax to live music or get lost in the dim corners lit with dim candles. A good place to go unnoticed while meeting with seedy connections.